Now that my summer classes are coming to a close and the school year is getting ready to begin, I just wanted to go over the ACT test date calendars for this upcoming school year. I would suspect that almost all my summer students are going to either do the September test or the October test. So looking at the screen right now, you can see the registration deadlines as well as the late fee required deadlines. So I would encourage everyone to sign up for one of those tests, September, October, just to get a feel for how much they've improved this summer. Okay? Colleges do not care how many times you take the test. All they care about is your highest score. And so there are advantages to taking the test multiple times. And most college-bound students will take the test anywhere from 3-4 times to maximize their score, not just for applications, but also for scholarships. And that's really, really important. Some schools now do what's called super scoring, which is they look at all your ACT scores. They'll take your highest English score, your highest math score, your highest reading score, and your highest science score, and they will recompute it into what's called a super score. So that gives an advantage, again, those students have taken the test multiple times. The maximum times you can take the ACT is 12 times. So that would be every test available as a junior and senior. So the odds are almost none of my students will be doing that. So you have plenty of opportunities. Now, in looking at the calendar, you'll notice I have 3 dates in red: December, April, and June. These 3 test dates are invaluable as they allow students to buy back a copy of the test and a copy of their own answers. It's called a test information release. It's like an extra $20. It is well worth it. So all the juniors in my class, regardless if they take September, October, doesn't matter. Okay, they need to be doing the December test. Okay, to see their actual answers, see what they missed. You can learn about what English concepts caused you trouble, what math formulas you were getting confused on. It's like, again, going back to sports, it's like athletes. Athletes can learn a lot by watching game film, seeing the mistakes that they're actually making. It's one thing to play a game and have a feel for what you're doing wrong during a game. It's a whole nother thing to actually watch the film. You will learn a lot from doing this. Well, the ACT is no different. When you're looking at your test information release, in a very real sense, you're watching what you picked and you can recognize patterns throughout that. Now, I would not encourage students to do September, October, December. In my opinion, September and October are too close together. The only people who might consider doing that would be seniors who are trying to maximize their score. If you are a senior or you're a parent of a senior, most colleges will allow you to do September, October, December. In fact, those 3 test dates are set up for seniors. Many schools will allow you to go ahead and apply to their college, and if you take the test, say in December or October after you send your application, not a problem. You can just call the school and have your score updated, or have the ACT send those particular schools, a score report. I have also had seniors take the test in February, April, and even June right after they graduated because they had made arrangements with the school to take the test again in order to get a point or 2 for scholarship increases. So it's really important to communicate with the colleges. I cover this in my college-bound seminars. If you haven't had an opportunity to see them, I have one coming up August 1st, another one in September 5th. They both will be at Illinois Wesleyan University, and there's information on the website about those 2 seminars. If you can't make it, I've got a book, DVD. Those are at Amazon, as well as our website. Now, if you're a junior, I would do September or October. Again, take the December test. Then I would do the National April test. That's the biggest test of the year. Okay, most of the people in the world will be doing the April test. Okay, so that's the one you want to be focusing on. Then when your April scores come back, that will then dictate whether or not you should do the June test. Okay, I get a lot of emails from parents and students after the April scores come out. Should I do the June test? There are advantages and disadvantages to the June test. Okay, the June test is the only test not given during the school year. Okay, most years you have 2 weeks off, depending on snow days. That's great. No final exams, no homework, no quizzes. Most high school sports are over by then, so students can really focus on preparing for the June test. The catch is it's not during the school year. So there's a 2-week period where students could potentially slip into summer mode, sleeping in, not reading, not doing anything academic. So if you do decide to do the June test, make sure you plan out those 2 weeks because your competition will be preparing. Every year I do a June ACT Prep crash course in Peoria, Champaign, and Bloomington. This last year I had over 160 students in that class, which is basically the week and a half before the June test. They're competing. So you need to make sure that those 2 weeks you're getting out of bed, you're doing something, and you're preparing just like them. In my opinion, if you haven't achieved a 32 or higher, you should take the June test just to maximize your score before summer begins. If you've already scored a 33 or 32 or 34, you're not sure, that's really up to you. Okay, but that's just a standard benchmark that I have for most students. But again, pay attention to the deadlines. The ACT sticks to those deadlines very carefully. If you miss the registration deadline, they really start tacking on a lot of fees. If you have any questions about particular test dates or anything else, you can always email me at jason.franklin@betterprepsuccess.com.